This is Kevin C. Mason from Jack Monkey Games, and you're listening to the Starfall Actual Play Podcast. Starfall Actual Play Podcast is a combination of short stories, audio dramas, and actual role-playing in the Starfall universe. So in this week, we find out what's coming through the forest. And the players have some very interesting conversations around the camp. Turbo, no. Yes, you get your debut here. Yes, the acting was fantastic. As I was saying, now one of the players is actually playing a roll versus roll card. And I want you to see if you can guess which card and which player is actually playing it, because it's really subtle. And now to quickly mention our Patreon. Currently, we are attempting to make our $100 a month goal. This is going to make it so we can afford all of our costs. Currently, we've got 2 backers, which is fantastic. However, being the fact that it's only 2 backers, if any one of them decides, oh, well, I don't want to back anymore for whatever reason, financial, or maybe they don't like the show, or who knows, this is going to start costing us money again. So, we need backers. We need backers badly. We need backers so this way we can upgrade our equipment. I've been pricing some new microphones out, and some sound equipment, so this way we can separate the different voices, make everything a lot clearer, and, the microphones we're using now, which is honestly my phone, isn't so great. And one last bit before we start the show, you can email us at starfall@jackmonkeygames.com, and I will actually read the email to the group, and we'll answer it. So if you have any questions about the game, if you have questions about the characters, if you have fan mail or hate mail, starfall@jackmonkeygames.com. Yes, you can answer mail as well, Turbo, though I don't think anyone's going to understand you. It's not my fault. Learn English.
Last time on Starfall Actual Play Podcast.
Have a standing peacekeeping force of 1,000, mostly used to keep the previous mentioned and ignored fauna out of the city.
Other eyewitnesses report that it appeared as if the local police were taking orders from a preacher.
If you like our show, consider becoming a patron. We need to cover computer upgrades, hosting fees, and better recording equipment. Even $1 a month will help.
This episode contains strong language like scrup, skadonk, and now and then Terry talks about work. Listener discretion is advised.
Tom and I were doing a ground transport supply run the other day, and he started shouting at the local human females. I have no clue what they did to anger him. It was odd.
Cat calling.
What? No, he was calling to other humans.
No. Cat calling is what happens when a human male is not suitable for breeding and performs a reverse mating call to repel potential mates.
Oh, that is unexpectedly evolved for a mammal. A reverse mating call.
I have talked with my human female friends, and they told me that a male who performs the cat call is definitely not breeding material, and has no chance of getting any.
Any what?
Offspring.
Ah, are you certain?
Have you ever seen a successful breeding male perform the cat call?
That is very true. The successful males never catcall, but it was not really a call. Mostly he performed a dual-tone mouth pitch as we rolled past.
The sound is called a wolf whistle.
It is like a warning tone.
I think wolf refers to an outcast predator of some kind.
And then at the supply dock, he told the receiver something like, "Hey baby, smile. You're too pretty not to smile."
Well, that is obvious. Humans do not eat hay. As a baby, he must have been malnourished with a diet more suitable for livestock. He was informing her of his hay baby condition caused by improper diet when an infant. But what about the smile part? Many mammals show their teeth when attempting to look threatening. He was reminding her that as a well-formed and breed-worthy female, she has a duty to the species to shun him. Oh, but I'm still not sure that makes sense. Do tell. She looked at him very angrily and said, "Scrap you." Don't humans use that word for the act of breeding? Obviously, she was unhappy with the news of his genetic shortcomings and was still attempting to breed with him. How rude. No wonder he walked off pouting. She should have respected his wishes to be left alone.
Join the Jardian Confederate Army. The Confederation stands for freedom for all its citizens, all races, all religions, all backgrounds. We are many with one goal: freedom. But that freedom is threatened by those who would oppress us. Join the Confederate Army. Protect everyone.
So what you guys hear
No, that means you would
is
roll
something
it again.
large,
Again.
basically
Roll it
walking through the trees.
Yeah. Sorry?
Something is pushing a couple branches from up above down.
Are the
And it's-
predators here like
So,
T-Rexes, like if we stand still, or are they just gonna...
Depends on the species.
so if it's in the trees, this sounds like that
It sounds
It's
big
on the
enough
ground.
that the trees are...
it's on the ground, but the trees. So it's not. It's probably not one of the animals. It's
And-
probably one of the power armors.
Oh god.
Well, that
Very
answers
smooth
that.
saying. Keep it
What you guys see, a large power armor. It looks like, unlike the others that were extremely high performance, this one looks like it's been beat the hell. It's dirty as fuck. It's got scratches all over, and all the scratches look like claw marks or teeth marks.
Oh, great.
I'm sorry, you're
it's
just hitting
got-
all my kinks right now.
It's got a wire cage going across it, and it's carrying a very large staff.
Oh, is this one of the?
And it says on the front, Parks and
yeah, I was
Recreation.
gonna say it's got to be one of the rangers. It's a ranger.
So
a
it
friendly?
comes out, and you see the lights shine up, and you hear, "Excuse me." And he's like, "I'm just checking up on you
Vehicle,
guys,
yeah.
see if you guys are okay."
That's
Because
nice,
that'd
but he
be
doesn't look
infrared heat signatures. He would know we're there if he's in the area.
Yeah, no.
I am hot.
We're great, Ranger. We're just waiting for our vehicle to cool down before we move on. Is there anything we need to be concerned about activity in the
And
area?
he says, I am tracking a few.
That's in the background of the jungle, right?
The turbo wheels is in the van, right?
Yeah.
So
I'm in the van, right? Are you in the van?
I'll hide it in my mouth.
I look at
guessing we're not-
Arcadia. I look at Arcadia and I say, "Throw a blanket over that thing."
Because I'm guessing we're not allowed to steal.
you go to throw it, and it's gone.
What?
What?
No.
The weeds are gone.
No, that was
It's a sneaky little bastard.
Aww.
Okay.
So he says there's a couple razor tongues mating season for them, so they're a little bit territorial at the moment. For the most part, I think we're okay. He says, "Mind if I make camp here?"
Not
Yes,
at all,
please.
He
Do you have a drink? By any chance?
I says, "Wait until I'm off duty." So the harness lifts up, the power armor kneels on one knee, opens up, and there's a felinus in it. The
Oh, yeah?
felinus pops down and goes sentry mode. The armor stands back up with the staff and starts. You see a scanner just going across.
That
It
is so
says,
cool.
"Automatically attack anything over 90 kilos."
But guys, so it's awesome. I look at
Is
that
it?
and I'm like, thanks. We don't have much, but what we have we'll share. But okay,
How's
guys.
heavy
It,
out?
it would
How
it would
heavy is that
recognize you
lizard
as being human, or not human, but a human.
Non
Look at the
threat.
sheep.
How hairy is Jerry?
Thank you.
And I'm like, well,
Pretty heavy.
I think that pretty much gets rid of me having to take second shift. I go to sleep.
So the
That
felinus comes up, and this felinus, most of them are very well groomed. This one looks like he hasn't.
Looks like it's got mange, huh?
Is this like a
What's a
cat
felinus
Yeah,
again?
it's not a
Oh.
person. So he sits down, and he goes, "Surprised you guys haven't lit a fire," but goes and he starts working and starts setting one up. he says, if you guys have to stop much, light fires because most of the diurnal animals will avoid fires like crazy.
Oh.
I ask him, but
would have needed it.
what are the chances that we're going to attract forces fighting in the area?
Oh, those.
Do we need to worry more about the animals or the people?
I'd be more concerned about the animals.
Yep.
He says, what's going on between the church and the Confederation? We're staying out of it. The Rangers, we're all in agreement. We're staying out.
Well, now that you're here, we can have a fire. We just didn't want to because, sir, we didn't have a permit.
Like, sorry, we weren't sure. We're just passing through. We have no
as far
interest
as I'm
in the
concerned,
conflict.
We would do it on site fine. It's not too bad. I'd rather have you safe than have to deal with, razor tongue. So he gets up and he starts whittling on some sort of stick. It's obvious that he's been working on this thing for a while. He says, so tell me about you guys.
Just heading to the spaceport. Went with the church here, and well, as you see, we're not all exactly human. We think it's a good time to go on vacation.
I hear you there.
So about that drink.
He goes, He goes, recreation mode, and you see the leg. One of the legs pop open. You see there's a cooler.
Yes.
Can it be a keg?
No, there's not a keg
Can
this
we roll
time.
for
But
it?
he's got. Can you roll for it?
So the leg is a keg.
Keg leg.
Keg leg.
Keg leg. Keg leg Pete. During this time, it's about a couple hours where the guy's just sitting here. He's just working on his thing. This is a good time for you guys to talk amongst yourselves and do a little bit of character development. So, if you guys have been thinking about questions you want to ask the other
That means I
characters,
can't develop my weasel.
because if you guys are bored, yeah, if you had to sit around a fire waiting for an engine to cool, what would you be talking about?
Oh,
Dicks.
I'm never bored. I have a array of things that I could be doing to people for money.
You're always
Not
thinking
Skrodonk.
about the profits.
We're thinking about Skrodonk.
Skrodonk.
Skrodunk, is that the weasel's name?
No, that's man parts.
Yes. Also the weasel's name.
No, it's not his name.
Now,
My weasel's not here at the moment.
No, it's gone. He's now a Skrodunk.
He's now man parts.
I'm
he's
gonna
gone.
go up to Dave Hammerhand and I'm gonna be like, so Warmedian, I have a question for you.
Yeah? What's that?
Does it ever get any easier? I just killed a man a few hours ago. Does that ever go away?
So I'm guessing you're actually a pretty good doctor then.
Yeah, I was known as the best. Like, I was.
And so humble.
Bad name, the best.
Yeah. I mean, people would have cases that they said could never be won, and I'd wipe the floor with that.
Well then, in that case, maybe you've just found something else you're really good at.
That's not what I wanted to hear.
Do you really
Think about who you're talking to.
Do you really think it's that easy to get a war mid to open
He's
up?
like,
This is not how I
Dad,
planned this
Dad.
roleplay to go.
no.
Just talking about the guilt of death, and you're like,
Well, this is what happens when you don't have a dedicated mating season.
yeah.
Seriously.
Fluff me up.
No, Rizza, my dad's a dick, right?
Says the dick.
Yeah. No, this guy, look, since he was 6, he's been telling me all his stories.
She was sick.
Since I was 6.
I started telling him a long time ago.
When I was young, this guy,
Yeah.
and this is why I am the person I am today, is because I didn't want to be him.
So you became a slut. You're like, what's the most different thing
Yeah.
to
That's true because he celebrates death.
And I celebrate money.
That's completely
That
untrue.
is so not where I was going with
I
that.
celebrate the ending.
I was
of
gonna
it.
go for, an expression
creation of
of a life
life,
creating
yeah.
thing, but no, because mammal. Like seriously.
And people think we come from the same planet.
It's like who mates for money?
I used to eat you.
Hey,
And you were delicious.
you don't eat me anymore. You want to go?
Right. Once again,
Oh man,
Drink
the
again.
comments. I
Yes.
could have made and chose not to.
You should do it.
It's R-rated. You can say whatever you
So
want.
I like how you decided for us
Yes.
to tell about ourselves and we just get into a fight.
Mammals, am I right?
Seriously.
Can't wait till they all get drunk and pass out so we have a bit of peace and quiet.
Jerry,
Jerry, seriously, is there a reason your species stopped eating them? Because I'm thinking in a scent, and
No?
it's, good source of protein.
But actually, our guitar friend. I don't actually know your name. I just realized. Yeah, I get caught up
What's
in
your
the
thought,
moment.
mate?
It's wait, a lizard
that yours?
exothermic or endothermic? Nope, that's not it.
They need to sit in the sun
Sorry,
to
guys.
warm up.
I know that.
We ran off not asking if anyone else wanted a drink.
That's just so human.
It is very human.
I'm not drinking. So what's
I need
the
to
kind
learn
of hooch that this Parks and Recs guy has?
I'm actually really curious to learn more about the felinus.
As a species or just the
I like this guy. I was a little bit.
So,
Well,
ask him.
How long have you been a ranger?
This is going on 12 years now.
So you didn't always work in this part of the forest?
No,
Okay.
this is a computer technician and got tired of like the day to day and decided I needed to change. Went back to nature. He says for felinus, this is the perfect job. We're surrounded by nature. I can take naps whenever I want.
You're just speaking out of character? Yeah, naps are great.
Oh, yeah. Well, felinus, to let you guys know, they're crepuscular, so they're most active twilight.
Yeah, dusk and dawn.
Dusk and dawn, and they take frequent naps. Now they can wake up really, really quick, but a lot of the rest of the industries, they try to accept that, but they don't.
So walking around in power armor that can go in sentry mode while he takes a snooze.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And what company or what was he doing when he was a computer technician?
No,
I'm a
he
bit
was,
curious to know what information.
He worked for Podworks. Everybody knows Podworks. They do
Podworks?
modular
Podworks. They do modular spacecraft.
Spacecraft, spacesuits. Basically, if you want a vehicle that, if you wanted to add like a
Terry's shuttle is probably a Podworks.
if it is, that might solve some of you guys' problems. We'll have to roll on that one.
What? Oh, okay.
Because his currently doesn't have a star drive. If it's a Podworks,
We
you
can add a
just
star
you
drive
just
to it.
add a
Modular, yeah.
modular onto it, and then you have.
And star drives are the things that
Lets you
is
jump
what-
between
yeah.
planets.
Yeah.
He says the other thing is that with felinus, this is the perfect job for us because your martial arts is assumed that you're going to be fighting something exactly like you. So like humans, their martial arts are always designed to fight another human. In felinus, the word for martial arts means don't let your dinner eat you. Our martial arts is designed to fight things that may have multiple limbs, may be larger than us, may be smaller than us. So fighting creatures is what we do. It's just almost instinctive for us.
Jerry's just salivating at this point.
All that dinner.
He goes, so who's got the turbo weasel?
Oh.
Well, if there's any fines, he reaches into a bag. You want one of these? You hear something like rattling around inside the box, and the weasel just pops up. Goes, what? And then the weasel slowly ticks up. It looks like it's a funky looking cockroach.
I'm just putting a
But
tentacle over like Jerry so he doesn't, fuck
Don't
it
eat the
up.
weasel.
Yeah.
Don't eat the weasel.
I'm
It's
salivating
okay. It's
so
okay.
hard right now.
He throws it up in the air.
Stay strong.
Weasel.
He throws the bug up in the air, and
Okay, get it.
you see the weasel. You see the weasel. All four of its turbofans go out, and it just leaps up into the air and snatches it in midair. Does a little somersault, lands, and just starts chowing down on this thing. And what you're noticing is that some mechanical parts coming from its helmet are also tearing this thing to pieces.
Nice.
This beetle was biomechanical in nature.
The beetle was biomechanical in nature. So it's got mechanical parts as well as meaty parts. And the weasel is enjoying it on both levels.
Oh, Katie, you weren't gonna eat that, right? I can.
Jerry, that's what
This
humans
is
call a
not
pet.
for you.
Pet.
Hands off.
I don't need my hands.
Everything. No touchy.
All right, to the
Just
important.
look, no touch.
So the park ranger goes, so who's got the turbo weasel? Right? And he's, look, I'm not gonna tell anyone. The park rangers don't talk about this, but we consider turbo weasels is good luck. They only attach themselves to people that are pretty cool. So you can't be too bad.
But we're all pretty cool.
We lost our turbo weasel.
He ran off. That would be my turbo weasel, and at this point in time, I am unsure of its location. So the turbo weasel would be mine, and
He's newly attached himself, so we're not quite sure how to take care of him. Can you give us some hints?
What do they like to drink?
Oh my god.
Turtle
a weasel.
What do
Water.
they taste like?
Skin and bones, not much.
A lot of metal.
Oh my god.
And metal, yes.
Yeah, a lot of metal. They are biomechanical.
So they.
Yeah, you can't eat it. It's mine.
So it's not considered that we
Can't eat my
illegally
weasel.
stole a turbo weasel. They attach themselves
like anyone,
to.
anyone could steal one.
Yeah. But in this case, they sort of assign themselves to they.
Turbo weasels have never been able to. No one's ever been able to keep one. They attach themselves to people, but you can't force them to be with you. They're just too crafty about getting out. I have seen them break out of glass. I've seen them break out of bars. They're equipped to burrow through almost anything. From what we can guess is that at some point they were designed, and just to be very clear, these are not natural. They were designed probably pre-crash to hunt biomechanical cyber scarabs. They hunt them down like you would believe. From what we can tell is before the fall or the crash, these beetles were used for spies and counterintelligence. They just do their thing.
No, we should get Twitter to name the weasel.
Oh yeah, that's a great idea. Here's how the contest will work. Send in your comment either on Twitter, or you can email us directly at starfall@jackmonkeygames.com. Name the Turbo Weasel. If we choose the name, we will give you a free copy of Roll vs. Roll, the card deck that we use, PDF version, the full color version.
And you also get a nude from Terry.
No!
They want it, they do, but I won't because it's too much money. Actually, I've got an idea. GM, I have an idea for our followers and anyone that's listening. If they could maybe, I guess, invent a drink for us to have during the game as well. That we could have and name it.
So far,
Yeah,
the
but you
drinks
know,
that have been
like
created
little
through
spies.
Starfall
A good
are
drink.
Wormedian
Copy my
whiskey
homework.
and Helios Mist, which is a mint caramel liqueur, and Helios is a water planet. We are on Warzod, and Warzod is a jungle and ag planet with a major space station.
Something like a spicy margarita.
So we need a and if you tell us to put a lime in a coconut, seriously, we're never going to speak to you again. But we need a jungly drink, and it needs to be coconut free because Glippin have an aversion to coconut.
And it's not and because palm trees probably don't grow in the forest.
You know what a good name for a drink would be? The Turbo Weasel.
Oh.
Don't you touch my
Don't you touch his weasel.
Someone else insinuating.
For a price, they can touch it.
Why is your weasel turbocharged?
Why isn't it?
If you want a good time.
Sorry, GM. Was there possibly two? I feel like there's slightly more alcoholism this time than last.
They're not. We are
really
this way
2 drinks
so
in.
cold sober. The
Think for
challenge-
yourself.
I'm sold my 3 drinks in, I'm gone.
I just did. We just did shots.
Alright, cool.
Okay.
So, back on track.
So name the Turbo Weasel
Name the
and
Turbo-
give us a Warzod drink.
Yeah.
Yep.
What do
And
they
in
be
either
in it?
case, if we use it in the show, we will give you a free copy of Roll vs. Roll PDF version. Cool.
And whoever names the drink, what do they get?
Same thing.
Terry?
Same thing.
Same thing. Okay.
I'll actually video us taking. If it's a shot, I'll do it. Actually, even if it's a drink, we'll just neck it as well. But we'll video it and we'll put it up.
Yeah, we'll do it.
We'll make the drink. We'll make the drink for you, and then we'll have it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. So, anybody else want to discuss something?
Yes.
So lizard. Why do you still?
Jerry.
His name is Jerry, alright?
Jerry.
Fuck's sake.
Actually, he's described as a fat, lazy lizard.
Oi, watch yourself.
I'm
I
sorry
tend
who
to my mate.
describes me that way. I
I
don't
have vast
remember
amounts
this.
of knowledge.
I maybe mentioned something a couple of times because you've been a little bit slack on your job. Oh, whatever.
Oh.
You weren't here the other day because you were sick on tea.
Oh.
I almost got beaten up by 3 octopod because you were not here protecting me.
So Jerry, lizard man.
Seriously?
Well, when you want to stop paying me
You know what
again,
the problem
we'll
is?
talk.
The problem is you let some mammalian human talk you into a vegan recipe.
I'm trying to fit into the
Seriously?
planet culture, alright?
Seriously.
I think my dad wanted to say something. I don't really care, but whatever. Let's hear it.
Why do you still work for my idiot son?
I'm really sorry for like future Kevin because he's gonna have to edit all of this shit.
You're not that sorry because you keep talking and drinking.
I'm like photo that for
That's it.
And for the folks at home, if you're doing the Starfall drinking game, take a shot.
I'm just gonna shut up now, right?
Yeah.
Right, like that'll never happen.
Primchill, do you have any aloe vera for the burn I just got?
Why do you still work for my idiot son?
Well, Mr. Hammerhand, Terry assured me that he could teach me something of the human mating ritual.
Oh God.
And
I
obviously,
turn away slightly and shake my head.
Listeners, the look on Dave's face is priceless.
I'm nodding in agreement, by the way.
Obviously, you know your stuff. Terry exists. But I mean, as someone from Iloma, yeah, it's all very foreign to me. The lack of scales is concerning.
But you're happy and you get paid, right?
And yes, I get paid.
But you have been doing this for a long time. Surely you've picked up something.
Skills, mate.
As you've seen already, I can use my fingers.
I taught him that, Dad.
I'll continue to shake my head.
Whether they're attached to me or not is not a problem.
And females love it.
That's actually only something he taught me in the previous few months. I've been detaching body parts for years. They grow back.
I really see now why you two are meant to be together.
But no, he just appreciates life so much.
One of these days, you're both gonna learn exactly what it means to go to war men.
Oh, okay. That was an insult.
Really?
Yeah. Go to war man.
It's an insult.
It's like
Is
that
like go to hell? Go to hell?
It's no. Go to hell would be cuddly.
No, that's like you're about to get your ass kicked. At some
So
point in the
quiet,
future,
Barry.
you're both gonna get your ass kicked.
Did you just make that insult up on the spot?
Reza's like,
Which is funny because it's been used quite a bit in
Really?
previous games. Yeah.
It's
Go to
not
war
acting.
man. Yeah.
Reza's
Sorry,
like,
Dave.
Reza's on top of his tank right now going, fight, 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 fight.
Because we're drunk, we're like, fight. Yeah.
I'm not gonna beat up my boss's dad.
He would know what my tattoos mean.
Yeah, I would.
So he would
Yeah.
be shitting himself. He is a giant lizard,
Oh,
but
is it
there would
glowing?
be a bit of respect there.
Did they tattoo
Mr. Hammerhand.
Add that.
I would like to point out that I'm quite the collector of tattoos.
Fight, fight,
Oh!
fight, 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 fight. Spike. Fuck him up, Jerry!
But I'm not working for your son. I do work with dead bodies quite a lot.
Crop him up!
Wait. The removal of Wormedian tattoos off of cadavers, there's gotta be a black market for that.
Yeah.
Crop him up, Jerry!
I feel like I'd rather keep my skin, but...
Oh, don't worry. I'll be waiting.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? We could actually go into business.
Hmm?
I do tend to create a few bodies.
I do like creds here and there.
Well then.
Maybe my son's got some competition for your services.
I don't know, I think I just
So-
like doing business with the Hammerhand family.
I don't know about family. That's a bit of a strong word.
Dad, you're just jealous you're not making as much money as me, mate.
I've already made my money. I'm retired, remember?
Look how old you are.
That's not an insult given Wormedian.
That's true.
That's like honor.
Yeah, but like in my business, your age is disgusting.
In my business, your age is usually dead.
Why do we keep talking about death as a good thing? You're a killer. You want to be a killer.
I am a killer in bed.
Whoa.
That's good.
Yes.
I'm curious, didn't you say in the first episode that we all knew each other and that's how we ended up in the protest together, ended up in prison?
you
Sounds like we all hate each other.
someone else in
Oh,
the group.
so
Yeah,
there's a difference
tentatively.
between know and like.
Right.
See, like, he's my drinking buddy.
Mm-hmm.
They work together.
Drinking buddy.
Like,
You're trying to make
I'm here to
because
pull
we
him
just
into
told me-
line.
They
I
work
don't
there, they
especially
hang out
like
at
him.
her bar.
Yeah.
I was security at I
and
installed
you do my
security at her
interior
bar.
design, remember?
And didn't you heal me? And I feel like I confide in you because I can't.
Yeah, I'm
handle
pretty
anyone
much
else.
keeping
See, I don't know this guy, and I don't like this guy because he's a soldier, and soldiers are people
He is
who like.
retired.
Okay,
I don't
seriously,
give a shit.
No, you know what? I don't understand this because really, if it weren't for guys like him, you'd be out of business.
No, I wouldn't. People die every day. That's a natural
causes.
cause,
Natural cause.
right?
Natural causes,
But these guys.
But you can't fight natural causes. But
Yes,
these
you
guys,
can.
but these guys give you wounds to stitch up. And
It's like the butterfly effect. I kick a tree somewhere and someone else dies.
You kick a tree and someone dies.
Changing
Butterfly
reality.
effect.
See, there's a difference between treating natural causes. That's just life.
What I want to
But
know.
when people deliberately,
so you're vegetarian.
yes.
I don't know how well that would work for you.
What I want to know is Primtel, right? She's a foxy little minx.
No, I'm not. First of all, Primtel isn't a she. Primtel is
It's
a
a
Z.
Z.
You don't care.
Primtel is androgynous within.
Uh-huh.
I'm just
Primtel.
really
That's what I said.
curious about
Primtel.
Primtel is not a she.
Primtel.
Primtel is a Z.
Emo, you need to.
Oh. Did you just assume a gender?
Yeah, I did.
I think you bought a.
But there's a
Fusion.
human mistake. Human mistake.
No, it's a Terry
That's
mistake.
just your human privilege,
It is.
man.
I need to be
Fuck's
corrected.
sake.
I'm being corrected right
Check
now.
your privilege, alright?
Don't gender constrain the non
Right,
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna get corrected, obviously.
So I'm sorry.
Is that
Did
like
you just get a one point?
Yes, Primtel.
I do not have a gender
Oh.
because I haven't had a transition. Once I transition,
write
I
down the
may
reason
or
why
may
you got
not
it.
be a breeder, which may or may not have a gender assigned to it. But whatever I am assigned, it won't alter who and what I am as a sentient being. My entire existence is not based on a genitalia that forces me to make very poor decisions or sell my very soul and life-giving essence for a few creds.
Can I ask one question though? Would you be offended if I thought you were cute anyway?
I would not be offended if you considered me attractive or aesthetically appealing, but I am offended if that consideration is associated with some sort of constraint of gender which would have my essence.
Principal, I'm really sorry, but all mammals think about is this.
Yes.
Okay,
Listeners,
that was a very interesting gesture.
Try to use your imagination.
There's a circle and there's a straight thing, went straight into it. How did you get into security?
Is that what you really want to say?
I feel like you would already know this.
So, my involvement in security is technical security. It's not doorman.
How did you get involved in it?
Oh,
Not what you are.
I just found the concept of of surveillance and the use of technology to enhance perception intriguing. And like all of my species, there comes a point in our life where we leave the the spawning beds and we go out into the world, and we need a skill that we can market while we are gathering DNA and experience.
That's fascinating. Well, I'll tell you what, you do a very good job protecting me from my clients.
I'm not sure what you just said to me, but okay.
Yeah,
In my
you know Arcady?
Right. I understand now.
Yes.
I understand. See, because I never associated them as your clients. Specifically,
It's part
they
of
were
my
just-
job. Sorry, I should have been more specific in what I was
Yeah,
explaining.
no, that's fine.
My apologies.
No, that's okay now, I understand. It's a communication thing.
It is. It's a.
That was a horrible communication.
I am terrible at communicating, by the way.
Well, and I'm sure that stuff in your cup doesn't assist you at all.
I would have thought you'd be good at
It actually
communicating.
came
too.
out of like a titan's leg.
That's the
Great stuff,
the
yeah,
keg
it's
leg.
Yeah, the keg leg. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not keg leg.
no, I don't imbibe.
Oh, you should.
Yeah, I don't actually have a liver. Well, and apparently either do you anymore.
Cheers to that.
I'll drink to that.
You see the ear or the park ranger kind of twitch a little bit. You see him open one eye. He opens up the other. Perks up. He looks up at his power armor. Silence for a bit. And then he closes his eyes again. Now, during this time, as a Gadar, you don't have a Kohardin mat. So a Kohardin mat is, you roll it out, and as you look at it, it's kind of like the symbols that are on it help you focus. You don't have one.
No, I've only got the clothes on my back from when we escaped from prison.
You also do not have a crown of focus or a crown of resolve. Those are tools that are very important to Gadar.
Okay. So I had them at one point?
Yeah, you would have like definitely a Kohardin mat at your apartment or wherever you were living. And just because it's in a ideal situation, you would be wearing the crown with the mat down and meditating, and then that gives you crazy amounts of bonuses to do these things.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, during those times, you are also not able to move, not able to communicate with other people, except for through psychic communication, telepathy. All the other races chatting around you. What are you doing?
I'm pretty clear on what I'm doing. I'm quite exhausted by the excitement of the day and by the tedious nature of their conversation. And I am still meditating, but just the way I normally do. We're protected by the Felinus's equipment, so I'm not worried about predators. So I'm just sitting a little off to the side and meditating.
Okay. Any particular thing that you're meditating on?
I'm thinking a little bit about what's been going on recently, just a little before the invasion and what's been going on since then. And there's a part of me that's listening to the conversation. I'm learning a little bit about the other characters, but mostly it's not incredibly useful stuff. So I'm just.
That's very Gadar of you.
So I'm just thinking about how I got to where the scrap I am today, and not how it wasn't. Yeah, just thinking about how I got to where I am and how it's not what I thought it would have been.
Okay.
Fucking calm down.
That sounds
Not me.
Yeah. That sounds very Gadar. The almost you're almost annoyed.
Oh, I've been a little bit annoyed this whole time.
Well, I'm sorry we're such shit company, B.
You're not sorry. I know through what Dave's experienced or the weight of this petty banter, but I can't help him. You were asking for advice on how to date. He was asking on whether Z was a
That's
she
not
or
what
a
I
he.
was asking, but
No?
I'm generally interested in learning about other cultures.
Should be asking me then.
Really?
Which was
How
what
are
I was
you
about
not?
to.
I'm quietly meditating.
Yo,
that's
Mister,
right.
I'm meditating. I'm above all of this.
And you're like, I'm Mr. I'm drunk.
I'm going to go walk over and take a seat next to our meditating guitar. I'm going to lean onto them.
We're gonna run out.
So Atrium. And I'm really hoping that they stir from their meditation. Atrium.
Well, my first reaction is to take a deep, suffering sigh. Yes, Jerry.
So, I've noticed that you seem to have some sort of calmer idea of what's going on. What do you make of the situation? Sorry, let me put it in an easier way. Where the scrub are we in all this?
To be honest, it feels like we're in a pretty difficult spot, but I think we'll actually be alright. I don't think that we're in dire straits yet.
It's not exactly what I'm asking. Do they eat? Do you eat?
Yes.
What do you eat?
You're omnivorish, but you do prefer vegetables because it's easier.
So, the turbo weasel. Where are we at on that?
Are you asking if I'll fight you for it?
I'm asking if you want to go halvesies on it.
Can I hear this?
I wouldn't recommend...
I would like to point out that Arcadia is not here in ear range.
That's why she's not swearing at him
now.
I wouldn't recommend that you eat it either, from what I understand of Elom biochemistry and anatomical requirements.
Hungry. When do we eat?
Can I use my knowledge bank, because I know a lot of things, to suggest to him something that can help sustain him? Because we're all resting now, and actually, him needing to eat something is quite important. Is there something in the forest that he can eat that isn't half machine?
Like squirrels and...
I go up to the ranger.
Perhaps we can help you catch something.
Do you have anything to slake the hunger of an alone?
Yeah, something that's not just alcohol.
Not cyber scarrows, something more hearty.
He goes, I would save these for later.
Well, later should be now, because this guy he's gonna
yes,
mess it up.
He really needs to
If he's anything like my brother, kind of need to make him eat now.
He opens up to the other leg, and you're lucky he's Felinus. They don't prefer live food. They prefer to kill their food. So he opens up the other leg, which has little cages, and it has food racks and stuff like that.
So you have the keg leg and the cage leg.
And he opens up, and there's a...
Also known as the freezer and the fridge.
There's a cage and it has a rat in it. He says, will this do?
Jerry's speechless.
He's crying tears of joy.
Jerry's jaw just drops and just stares at this rat in the cage.
You are listening to the Starfall Actual Play podcast. Go to jackmonkeygames.com to see our extras, show notes, roll versus roll cards, bloopers, and those crazy slideshows Kevin uses to torture the players.
So with the character development out of the way, the next few episodes are going to start getting exciting. In fact, I think it's about time I actually start introducing the villains. I mean, can't have the players relax too much.
Mayday! Mayday! This is WZ4. We are in dire need of assistance. Someone, please respond. Mayday! Mayday! This is WZ4. We are in need of assistance. Mayday! Mayday! This is WZ4. We are in need of assistance. We are in dire need of assistance. Mayday! Mayday! This is WZ4. We are in need of assistance.